Thankfully so. Quarter till the top of the hour. Is former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley ready to take on Hillary Clinton?
The presidency is not a crown to be passed back and forth by you between two royal families. It is a sacred trust to be earned from the American people and exercised on behalf of the people of these United States.
O'Malley is one of Clinton's biggest supporters in '08. He even ran her Maryland campaign, but his team says that was then and this is now. So what does the former governor need to do to stand a chance in 2016? Joining me now for a fair and balanced debate, Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli and Democratic strategist Janice Fuentes. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Janice, I'll start with you. O'Malley has a tall order. I mean, just even sheer name recognition and fundraising would be a huge challenge compared to Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely. But, you know, welcome to the race. I think it makes it a little more interesting, and I think that Hillary Clinton could use, you know, a worthy opponent, and he is. You mentioned correctly that he does have a problem with name recognition, which will affect his problem with fundraising. So outside of Baltimore, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. He did have a problem with the zero tolerance, but he's also, you know, which he did with the police, as we all know. However, he's also the best manager in government, supposedly, and as well the most ignored candidate in 2016. So he has to basically bridge that gap somehow. And I think that it will make, we're so long away from the primary and the general election that anything is possible.
All right, we'll talk about the connection to Baltimore in just a second. But, Deneen, what was it going to take for O'Malley to really compete? We have this Quinnipiac poll out. Clinton has 57%, Bernie Sanders 15%, Biden 9%, O'Malley just 1% down there. So how will he be able to stay relevant, especially when he's got these huge, this record of major taxes, including taxing the rain?
Yeah. Well, normally he would need to come out hard against Hillary, but I think he's playing it safe, which is probably a smart move on his point, because if Hillary becomes the front runner, the nominee, he has an opportunity to be either her vice president or have another position in her cabinet. And so I think he's kind of playing it as a win-win, playing it both ways, if you will. So that's what I think is his current strategy at the moment.
All right, Janice, let's hit a little bit more on Baltimore now. We had this zero tolerance policy that did lower the crime rate, many pundits say, but also widened the rift between Baltimore's residents and law enforcement. And you say?
Well, remember that what's happening in Baltimore is being echoed in other states. So this issue that we're having with the police, it's not just intrinsic to Baltimore, number one. And I think, just to quote him, I'm not speaking for myself here, but he thinks that problem goes beyond that, and it's more about what's going on with the black youth today and race. So to his credit, he's trying to make his record even in terms of what he did for Baltimore, first as mayor and then as governor of Maryland, where he's focused more on the education, what he did for entrepreneurship, what he did for the economy. Remember that Maryland, when he was governor, became the state that basically, one of 7 states that kept its triple A bond when we were in the recession. So he has, what I'm trying to say, he has a strong record on his behalf, and I think he's trying to push that forward and kind of minimize the criticism for the zero tolerance,
I think
which
he has
is
a
real
horrible
problem.
record. Listen, he is a tax and spend guy. There isn't a thing he wouldn't tax, from alcohol to vehicle registrations to, and the horrible job with the school systems. He's been in Maryland and Baltimore for many, many years as a political leader, and that city itself, Baltimore, is an absolute nightmare right now.
And many say that's the result of failed Democratic policies. Deneen and Janice, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to leave it right there. Thanks for your spirit this morning.
Thank you.